in the category of in the series of videos regarding SSLC. Today I am going to deal one of a new and important chapter and very interesting chapter in our Indian geography, that is called as Indian physiography. The physiographical features of our India. Our India is also called as a subcontinent because it is having a variety of features. And here, because it is having various landforms, and for example, it is having the important mountainous regions. It also having the valleys, it also having the plateaus, and also having the plain areas, also having the even the other physical features also there, and these are the various important landforms, and these landforms are having its own influence. Upon what factors they influence? The landforms influence on what factors? Particularly, they make influence upon the other physical features like rivers and even the climatical conditions of India, and even the natural vegetation or the forest of India, and even the agricultural practices and transport system, transport and the population. These are the various influences, and these influence upon these factors means what type of rivers are there, whether they are perennial rivers or seasonal rivers, that also depends upon the landform. Climatical condition, whether it is a monsoon climate, hot climate, what type of different type of climate what we find in our India, it is also because of our landforms. Natural vegetation, different type of forest, evergreen forest, thorny forest, deciduous forest, mangrove forest, and all these type of forests also because of the various type of landforms. Agricultural practices, in whether different kind of what type of crops are grown in which part of the India that is grown, and in what type of soil that is grown, that also depends upon the landforms. And even the transport system, roadways, railways and waterways also having its own influence from the landforms. And even the population, the more population, less population and moderate population, it also decided by the landforms. It is its own influence. And if we want to know about the total geographical features of India, they are classified into four, and it is called as the four geographical divisions of India. That is the geographical divisions. It is now here geographically it is for our convenience and better understanding of the geography of our country. It is divided into four divisions, and first important division of our India is Himalayas. That is Himalayas, and with the help of map we can better understand the every that is a division of our India, because this map will help you in a very good manner all the physical features of India, and other various geographical concepts can be better understand with the help of the map work. Okay, here these are the Himalayas. They are the northern mountains. And they are in the northern part of India. And as if you want to know about the important important features of these Himalayas having important features, they are the youngest mountains. Here they are very tallest one, but when we see the age of those mountains, they are very young compared to the even Western Ghats and Vindhyas, Aravalis, and those mountains are very older one when we compare to the Himalayas. They are younger, and it is the first feature. And they are having they are the continuous. These are very continuous one, and they also having the highest mountain ranges. They are the highest mountain ranges in the world, and they are having the highest peaks. They are the mountains which consist of highest peaks, and it also having the features like beautiful valleys like Kashmir, and many other valleys are there, and even there all kinds of gorges and glaciers, ice, that is big parts of ice, those are glaciers. They are also the important features of Himalayas, and it is about brief features. Now try to know about how it is formed, as well as in what manner it is found in our country. And here this it starts from this place that is called as Indus Gorge. Indus Gorge, and they goes up to this area that is called as Brahmaputra Gorge. Brahmaputra Gorge. They are the very longest. They cover the very longest area. Particularly, they cover 2,400 kilometers. 2,400 kilometers. It is a length, and it is also wider one. And in that is in some places they are having a less width, and some are having more width. Averagely, that is having 240 kilometers to 300 kilometers width, and it covers an area of 5 lakh square kilometers. It is the total area covered by this one. And here this is the about Himalayas, and this Himalaya is further classified into, if you want to know about the different stages of Himalayas, here it is divided into 3 stages. This Himalayas we divided into 3 stages. If you come from the topmost position, the first position is called as Himadri. Let us go to there. Here this Himadri is a very important and very highest part of Himalayas, and they are having a continuous, and they are highest, and it is having the average height of, they are having the average height of 6,100 meters average height, and some that is ranges are very higher also. And in this place we find the highest peaks of the world, and particularly the Mount Everest. Mount Everest also lies here, and that is having a height of 8,848 meters. It is the highest peak of Himalayas, not only of Himalayas, it is the highest peak of the world itself. Along with this one, there are other highest peaks are there, like Kanchenjunga, then other one is Makol, Dhaldar, and even Nanda Devi, Gauri Shankar. Different the highest peaks are found in this Himadri, and it is the important one, and it is always covered by ice and snow. Covered by ice and snow. That's why it is having the name called Hima. Hima means ice, and Dari means a place, and which is always covered by the ice. It is the one of important one, and it is having important glaciers, important biggest that is ice particles. Those are called as glaciers, and 2 important glaciers here we go for reference. That is Gangotri. It is the birthplace of river Ganga, and Yamunotri. It is the birthplace of river Yamuna. They are the important glaciers we find here, and this also having other important parts like the mountain passes. In the olden days, in ancient days, they help to that is transport the things from our India, or even bringing the things from the other parts of Asia. Those are called as mountain passes. The important passes which are found here are Burzil, Shikla, and another that is Lozila. They are the important mountain passes which are found here. And here the northwestern part of this the Himalayas, and it is called as the Trans Himalayas. Very important, you have to remember, northwestern Himalayas are called as Trans Himalayas. Trans Himalayas, and it is having the highest peak of our India, because Mount Everest is not in India, but it is the highest peak of the world. But here the highest peak of India is in Trans Himalayas, that is called as K2. K2 or Mount Godwin Austen. It is the highest peak of our India. It is about Himadri, the first and topmost part of the Himalayas. Let us come down and see what is in the next part of Himalayas. That is after Himadri. Next is the Lesser Himalayas. Lesser Himalayas, they are also called as Himachal. Lesser Himalayas, they are also called as Himachal. And they are having the average height of, 1500 to 4500 meters. Height is it one, and the width of this one is 60 to 80 kilometers wide. It is the width of this Lesser Himalayas, and this also having the important mountain ranges. What are the important mountain ranges? Here we find here, those are Pirpanchal, Dhaldhar, and Nagativa, and even other various like Mussoorie, and the mountain ranges which are find. Many other mountain ranges also find here, and the famous among them is Darjeeling. Along with this, here it also consists of beautiful valleys. It also consists of beautiful valleys like Kashmir Valley, Kolo Valley, as well as Kangra. They are the beautiful valleys which make this place very beautiful one, and also consists of various important hills. This consists of beautiful hill stations like that is Shimla, Ranikhet, Mussoorie, Nainital, and other important hill stations also find here. This is about the Lesser Himalayas. Let us go to the third part of the Himalayas, that is the third part of Himalayas, that is called as Shivaliks. Shivaliks, it is also called as Outer Himalayas. This is formed by, here it is formed by the one of the important materials which are brought by the rivers, and here it is also having an average height of 600 meters to 1500 meters. It is the average height, and it consists of 15 kilometers to 150 kilometers width. It is the width of this one, and it consists of important places, that is even it starts from Jammu Kashmir. It starts from Jammu Kashmir, even goes up to the Arunachal Pradesh. It is a very longer one, and Jammu Kashmir to Arunachal Pradesh. It is the length, and here this having important physical features also, and that is it consists of dunes. It consists of dunes, and very important dune is Dehradun. Dehradun is a very important one, and it is about the Shivaliks or outer Himalayas. This much I think is enough regarding the Himalayas, and already we came to know about the how those were formed and which are the three important divisions of Himalayas. After this, let us go to the another important physical feature or physical division of India, that is called as North Great Plains. North Great Plains. Here, the North Great Plains. The northern Great Plains is the second physical division of India. Where it lies? It lies that is south to Himalayas, and above to the that is north to peninsular India. It is the location south of Himalayas, north of peninsular India. Here it is the location of this northern Great Plains, and how it is formed. Here these northern plains are formed by the deposition. How it is a formation means deposition of the rivers. Deposition of rivers which are which brought different kind of material and deposited in these areas, and by this deposition these plains were formed, and it consists of a very important alluvial soil, and particularly the rivers, three important river systems are responsible for its formation. One is the Satluj, and another one is Ganga, third one is Brahmaputra. These three river systems, and Satluj, Ganga, Brahmaputra and their tributaries, and all these rivers bring the that is different kind of materials, particularly soil, and deposited in the areas. This is responsible for the this tract is a very highest having alluvial soil. It is having the alluvial soil, and it is the biggest alluvial soil tract of the world. It is the biggest alluvial tract of the world. It is the important character of this one, and it is having a length of 2,500 kilometers. The length of 2,500 kilometers, and that is starts from the east to the that is the west. This is the total area which can be referred as the northern plains, and it is having a length of 2,500 kilometers and width of 240 kilometers to 340 kilometers is the width of this northern plains, and it is having an area of 7 lakh square kilometers area is covered by this northern plains, and it is having a very important feature. It is a very flat land. They are very flat land and having very less hilly areas, and mountainous ranges are very less here, and that's why, because of all these important characters, it is very useful for the irrigation. As you know, it consists of various perennial rivers. Perennial rivers means which flow throughout the year. Such kind of rivers are found here because they get the water during the rainy season from the rain, and when there is no rain, the melted ice water also comes to this river. That is why it is a perennial river and very useful for the irrigation. As it helps for the irrigation, next is also very useful for the agriculture. It is very useful for the agriculture, and different kind of crops are grown here. Paddy is grown here, very important crop like wheat is grown here, and sugarcane and other types of crops are grown, and well developed agriculture area it is. And it is also having the other important features like help for the industrialization. Industrialization is here. The agro-based industries and even the mineral-based industries also located here. And as it is a very flat land, it helps for the roads, railways, as even the inland waterways also there, because the very wider rivers are also flowing, and that also help for the moving of the boats and ships. Here, these are the roads and railways also very important in this area. Because of that reason, here many pilgrim centers also here. Many pilgrim centers, religious centers like Haridwar, Mathura, and even other various places are there. Because of that reason, here more population is found in this area. It is having nearly 40% of the total population of our country, and that's why it is better to be called as the heart of India. It is also called as the heart of India because of its various important physical features. It is about the Great North and Greater Himalayas. Let us go to the third important physical division of India after this northern Great Plains is Peninsular India. Peninsular India. India is one of the biggest peninsula. It is the longest and oldest land part of the world, and it is a Gondwana land. It is the oldest one, as well as it is having the Gondwana. It belongs to Gondwana age. That's why it is the oldest part of the world can be called as. And where it is located here. If we take into consideration the Indian map, it starts from these areas, and it is having the important ranges like Aravalis. Aravalis is the important ranges, mountain ranges are the oldest fold mountains are called as Aravalis, and it is having a important that is peak Guru Shikhar. Guru Shikhar. It is the highest peak in this one, that is having a 1772 meters is the height of this one. And next is in the after Aravalis are here. Aravalis. Next is Satpura. Satpura ranges. And after Satpura ranges, it also having other various ranges also there. And next, if we come further south, it consists of the Western Ghats. It consists of Western Ghats. As far as the Western Ghats are concerned, they are having the one of important type of evergreen forests are here, and they are very continuous. Western Ghats are very continuous. If you want to know about the physical features of Western Ghats, continuous one, and they lies between the west coast as well as here they are very important one, and they are having different names also. It is called by a name called Sahyadri. Sahyadri is one of the name which by this name it is called in Maharashtra as well as in Karnataka. If we go further, and here it also consists of important passes like Borghat, Talghat and Palghat. Borghat, Talghat, and another one is Palghat. They are the mountain passes which are found in that is the Western Ghats. And further, if you go down towards the Kerala, they are called by other names, that is Annamalai, Palani, Cardamom. They are the different names of mountain ranges in Western Ghats, and it is having one of the highest peak by name Annai Modi. Annai Modi is the southern highest peak, which is having 2695 meters higher. They are 2695 meters higher, and they are also having very important physical features also. If we go further here, after Western Ghats is Eastern Ghats. Eastern Ghats. These Eastern Ghats starts from this river Suparnika and goes up to this Nilgiris. River Suparnika and goes up to Nilgiris. They are not continuous, and it consists of various important deltas. very important feature of this one is it consists of important deltas like the Godavari as well as even Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri deltas are found in this place. And here this is about the eastern Ghats and eastern coast also. Further we go for that also. Here this is about the eastern Ghats and next important one is the Deccan Plateau. Deccan Plateau. It is one of the important part of our India. It is having different kind of mountain ranges, that is Mahadev, Maikla and Chota Nagpur. Chota Nagpur. They are the mountain ranges which are found in the Deccan Plateau, and it is having these are the very important points regarding peninsular India. Let us try to know about the importance of this peninsular India. Importance. This is having various type of important minerals also here. Even the costly mineral gold also find in our Karnataka, that also comes in the peninsular India. Other various type of minerals are there, and it consists of thick forests, that is in the Western Ghats, that is Sadris, and it also consists of it is a land which receives the monsoon rain. They causes monsoon rain, which is a very important rain for our India. It also having the black soil. It is a land of black soil which is useful for growing various type of crops like cotton, chili and other various type of crops are grown here, black soil, and it is also useful for the agriculture and even help for the hydroelectric generation, because many rivers make fall and they are also responsible for that is a hydroelectric generation, and consists of very important hill stations also here. Hill stations also find here. This is about the peninsular India. After that, let us go to the fourth important feature of our India, physical feature of India, that is called as coastal India. Coastal India. In the first chapter already you came to know about the coastal India. Our India is having a coastal area of that is including Lakshadweep and Andaman and Nicobar. 7,516.5 kilometers coastal area is here, and our Indian coast is divided into two. One is called as West Coast and another one is called as East Coast. If we want to know about the West Coast, it is as far as the location of this West Coast, it is located between the Arabian Sea and that is Western Ghats. Located between Arabian Sea and Western Ghats. It is the location of this one, and here after this let us try to know about the other important concepts of the West Coast. It consists of various important features like it is narrow, not that much high one, wider one. It is a narrow one, as well as it is having harbors. Many important harbors also find in this coast, and this coast is having different names that you have to remember here. What are the important names of this one? Here, first of all, it is called as Gujarat coast. It is also called as Gujarat coast, and next it is called as Konkan coast. And if we come to our Karnataka, it is called as Karnataka coast. Karnataka coast. And if we go further down, it is called as that is a Malabar coast. In Kerala, it is called as Malabar coast. They are the different names of this one. Konkan coast, Karnataka coast, Malabar coast are the different names. And if we go there, that is the next one is the East coast. After the West coast, next is the East coast. Where it is located? It is located in between the Eastern Ghats as well as the Bay of Bengal. It is the location of this east coast, and this east coast consists of important deltas. Very important feature of this one is it consists of important deltas like here that is Mahanadi, Godavari, then Krishna and Kaveri deltas are found in this one, and along with that it also consists of lagoons. It consists of lagoons, and those are called as salt lakes. Here important one is Chilka, Pulicat, Kolarov are the important lagoons of this area. And here if we try to know about the important harbors of this one is here from Kutch, and here even the Mumbai, then Goa, Mangalore, then Kochi, and even Visakhapatnam, Kolkata are the important harbors which are found in this coast. It is about the east coast as well as the west coast of India. The last feature of our Indian geographical division, that is called as the islands of India. The last concept in this chapter is islands of India. India is having very important islands, both here in the Bay of Bengal as well as even in the Arabian Sea also we can find the islands which are belong to our India, and those which are found here they are called as Andaman and Nicobar, and other islands are there. Totally in our India there are 247 islands are there. Among those 204 are in Bay of Bengal, and remaining 43 are in Arabian Sea. This is and in Arabian Sea the important islands are called as Lakshadweep, and the feature of this Lakshadweep is they are the coral islands. I think to this extent I am to some extent is able to reach you regarding the Indian physiography and the various physical divisions of India and their importance as well as other concepts like islands of India. Thank you for watching this one, and subscribe the channel and like the video.